Hello and welcome back to another video. In today's video, I'll be reviewing my custom LEGO Transformers PowerGlide. So here he is in his jet mode, and in my opinion, he looks pretty accurate to the design. Now this guy is more based on the Combiner Wars version, as it does have the two big intakes there, and is also slightly stylized. But here from the front, I'd say he looks quite cool. And the two grey pieces at the side kind of look like bombs. So here he is compared to Classic's Acid Storm, and you can see he is done in my much larger minibot scale. And he also has quite a big wingspan, which does look quite cool here. Unfortunately, he is definitely not minifigure scale though, but he still looks cool regardless. So I'd say that just about covers it for jet mode, and I think it's time to go on to the transformation. So, to start with the transformation, we're going to come to the legs. And like you'd expect, they do just unfold using the knee joint. And once this is done, we may as well do the wings. So using that T-bar piece that you can see, we will rotate it 90 degrees. And using the hinge, we can just collapse it onto the sides of the plane. And this is obviously very similar to most PowerGlide transformations. So coming back to the legs, we can do the feet. So sliding the pieces over, you can first do the toes and the heels as they both slide over the same amount. And now we can fold up his toes. So just using the hinge piece, they should be able just to fold right up. And we can do the same for the heels, which aren't quite as big, but they should get bigger soon. And to make them bigger, we use these jet thruster pieces, so they should just rotate around 180 degrees, and that is how you form the heels. So, time to do the arms. First, you can just unhinge them down. And we can also rotate around the middle part of the elbows, as this will make his arms slightly longer and give him better articulation. And while his arms are pointing us, we might as well unfold the hands. And you can also rotate the arms down so they're by his sides. And for the last step of the arms, we can take those grey pieces which are in the middle of the elbows and just rotate them up just to bulk up the arm slightly. And that is it for the transformation. So here he is in robot mode. And here he is in his robot mode, and in my opinion he looks pretty cool here, and he is quite G1 accurate. I will say, the proportions are slightly off as I do think the lower legs should be slightly longer, but apart from that, he's looking pretty cool. I do like these grey circular pieces on the top of the arms. However, compared to the G1 show model, they are facing the wrong way. However, given this is a stylized take, I think it works quite well here. And obviously, the back cleans up quite nicely as well. And I do like how the wings sit along the chest, as it works quite well for this PowerGlide. And he does fit my newer minibot scale quite well. And he works well with Huffer, Warpath, and Gears, who I've also done, which, if you hadn't seen them already, you should go check them out. Now, I'm not going to be going into detail about the articulation, but the only real things he's missing is a waist joint as well as an ankle pivot. Apart from that, he works quite well. However, I do think his arms could have been slightly longer just to pull off some poses more dynamically. He also doesn't have very good head rotation, but that's due to the fact that the head is connected to the cockpit, so it kind of bangs into the back when you try and move the head. But apart from that, he works quite well here in robot mode. And for some of the details, he does have this Creo Autobot symbol, which works quite well here. And even though it's not Lego, I still think it looks quite cool, and obviously you could just use a sticker if you really wanted. I also think the shaping of the head works quite well here for a PowerGlide. And speaking of the shoulders I mentioned earlier, I do think they actually look here better than they did in the G1 show model. But obviously that is just a personal opinion, if you like the G1 or not. I also think the arms here do work quite well, as they are skinny but not too bad. And having these thrusters here also really helps with stability, as they do help quite massively here on the heels. As you can see, this extends his heel by about 3 studs, which is a lot better and helps for posing. And coming to the backpack, it works quite well here, and is pretty streamlined with the design. and the wings don't stick out too far, which is quite nice. And here he is with Classic's Acid Storm again, so you can see he is definitely closer to my new Minibot scale. But I'd say that's just about it for this review. So if you've enjoyed this review and want to see more LEGO Transformers, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe so you can see all my future uploads. And if you have any build recommendations, leave them in the comments below. So anyways, have a great time, and I hope you enjoyed this PowerGlide.